So I'm not going to continue here because, or maybe I should continue here and scan this. Okay, I'm going to continue here and scan the whole page. Yes. So today is the 13th. Okay. So what is called the Pareto chart is exactly the same, but presenting the bars presented in descending order. For convenience, if you want, in a way. So this time, this is the biggest. So I have yellow first. So it's 4. And then the other 2 are following. That's, the order here doesn't matter because they have the same height. So 3 and 3 for green and brown. That's it. This is what we call a Pareto chart. So the bars are drawn in descending order. So for this, bars are drawn in descending order. Descending means from the highest to the lowest in this direction. Okay, then I would like to talk about a pie chart. So let me summarize again what we're trying to do. We are talking about qualitative data. We're talking about qualitative data. We talked about how we organize, summarize, first of all, summarize or organize the data in tables and graphs. So for qualitative, we talked about tables. We talked about bar graphs. Now we talked about another type of a bar graph, which is called Pareto chart. And now we're talking about the pie chart. And after that, we'll continue with quantitative data. Okay, so let's see what a pie chart is. And for the same, that's why I wanted to continue here for the same data set. So we know that we have under green, we have 3, we have for brown, we have 3, and we have for yellow 4. Okay, in order to create a so-called pie chart, I know that a full circle has how many degrees?
360.
Thank you very much. 360 degrees. So I need to find the angle, central angle, representing 3, 3, and then 4. So what I can do is, so first of all, I know that this is the sum of 10. So 360 divided by 10 is 36 degrees. And all I have to do is multiply 36 degrees by 3. Again, 36 degrees by 3, 36 degrees by 4, and put the numbers in here. And then I'll show you how we construct the pie chart. So I'm going to share my screen for 1 second. Here it is. Where is my TI-83? Right here. Good. So then I have 3 multiplied by 36, and then 4 multiplied by 36. I didn't need to do it, calculate with the calculator, but 108 degrees, 108 degrees, and 144 degrees. Make sure always that the total makes up or gives us 360. So I'm going to calculate 108. Of course, there is no need, but I'm just trying to instill this constant, not fear, but constant need to check. Okay, just to make sure. So I'm going to stop sharing now. So obviously this is the entire circle. Which of these is the small, the biggest? It's 144. I can start here. I know that half the circle is 180. It's kind of difficult for me to present exactly 144. I know that this is 90 degrees. I know that this is 180 degrees. So between 90 and 180, I have 90 degrees. So half of 90 degrees is 45. So I'll say approximately in the middle here, this is what I call yellow. That's my yellow. Okay, the other two are equal. So I'm just going to try to present two equal angles. They are circular sectors, basically, they're called, but in central angles. So I'm just going to try to divide this in half. So I'm going to say probably about here. This I'm going to call green. Okay, that's my green. And the other one is my brown. So this is 144 degrees. This is a 108. And this is 108 degrees. Or simply say 433. And this is a pie chart. What do we do with this? Why is this interesting or important? And because it tells us, in this particular case, I only had 3, so it's not such a big difference between 3 and 4, right? So it's kind of, I will say, they're kind of balanced, pretty much. But it tells us which one has, for example, I have printed out for the next section a pie chart. Okay, so this is just for you to see an example of a better example. So this is it. This is, everything is correct here, but a better example would be, so we see 11%, 6%, 25. I'm going to scan this for you with the whole notes today. So 6%, 11%, 25%, and obviously it's clear I don't have a color printer, so I wasn't able to show you that these are 3 different colors, but I can do this and put my own colors here. So this is the 25%, this is the 11%, this is in red, and I'm going to leave that as is. Okay, so obviously when we look at this pie chart, the colors on the side will tell us exactly which one represents the 25%, which one 11%. But obviously this is the majority. This is the next in line, and the last one as the smallest. It gives us a perspective right away when we look at the pie chart. Any questions? I think we got the idea about the pie chart, I hope. Any questions on the pie chart? Okay, so I think, so I'm going to put this so you can see it. Our next step would be to summarize, organize, etc., quantitative data. Now remember, we have here 2 types. We have something called discrete and something called continuous. And I would like to continue with an example. Oh yeah, I also had this for you. I didn't want to forget that. So we can also construct side-to-side bar graphs. So side-to-side bar graphs for the same data set that I had here. Never married, married, widows, and divorced. So I wanted you to see this. So why do we use what is called side-by-side bar graphs? It's because, for example, it tells us if we are comparing 2 different years, like 2006 and 1990, then we can tell that the never married between 1990 and 2006, it went up. By how much? I can determine the percent here, by how much it went up. I can also say that between 1990 and 2006, the married percentage went down. By how much? Not a lot, but it went down. And for the same thing. So this is side by side. One, the lighter color represents 1990, and the darker color represents 2006. So this is a bar graph, but it's a side-by-side bar graph for 2 different years. Okay, good. So now let's continue with quantitative data. So what are we going to look at? So discrete and continuous. But here's a list of things that we need to look at. Tables. Number 2, histograms of discrete, data. Continuous data in tables. Then histograms of continuous data. Stem and leaf plots. Other plots called dot plots. Then we have to identify the shape of a distribution. And last but not least, time series graphs. So we want to look through all these. First, what I would like to continue with is I'd like us to look at Statcrunch. I am going to share my screen. I am going to go to Assignment Manager. I'm going to go to Statcrunch. And let's do this together. And I will dictate. I will also put it in for you. I will dictate this table so you can put it in. So, is everyone with me? I'll stop if I need to. So click on my lab and mastering. And then in the left column, please click on Statcrunch. Then please click on Statcrunch website. Then click on Open Statcrunch. Is everyone with me?
Yes.
Any questions? Okay. And I'm ready to dictate to you. So please, at the very top, click on the variable 1 and type in number of cars. So we're going to enter, and I will dictate to you so everyone is on the same page. It's the data of 50 households, and this is their number of cars per household. And we are going to have to enter 50 entries. I'm ready when you are. So we enter 3. I already entered my data set, so I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to dictate to you. 3 is the first one. 0 is next. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 0, 2, 4, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 0, 2, 4, 1, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 0, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 5. Okay. Now I would like you, after you enter the data, go to data and save it. Let's give it a name. Name the file the way you like, a number of cars per household, whatever you want. Number of cars per household. And then make sure that you click Save Results, Graphs, etc., blah, 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 blah. Click this box and then click Save. Stop me if you fell behind. Okay, now go to My Statcrunch, My Data, and see if you have your data there. I named the number of cars sample of 50. So something went wrong here. For some reason, it took 3 at the top. So I may have to enter my data myself one more time, but not right now, of course. I will deal with it later, but because I'm not sure why it took 3 up there. Okay, but never mind. So obviously my graph will look a little different. So now
it took 3 at the top for mine too.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. So put the 3 at the very bottom, because we have to have 50 entries. I'm not sure why I should have not done that. Okay, so now I'm going to name, as I did name it, for some reason it took it. So number of cars. And I am going to save it again. Okay. So if that happened to you, please put 3 as the last one. We have to have 50 entries, and rename your top. Whatever you want it to be named as. It doesn't matter.